Most people don't actually lose control of emotions. They lose control of interpretation. A message sounds rude, so you feel disrespected. Someone is quiet, so you assume distance. A mistake happens, and your mind jumps to consequences. The emotion feels real, but it came from a conclusion you made instantly. And that's the real issue. Your brain reacts faster than you verify, so you're not fighting anger, anxiety, or overthinking. You're fighting speed. Right now, if something triggers you, your mind immediately answers 3 questions without asking you. What does this mean? What will happen next? What should I feel? And it answers them badly, but confidently. So the goal is not calming yourself down after the emotion. The goal is preventing the wrong conclusion from forming in the first place. That's what Stoic control actually is. Not suppressing emotion, not pretending nothing matters. Just delaying judgment long enough for reality to catch up. Here's the practical method. When something affects you, don't respond internally yet. Instead, run a quick check. What exactly happened? Without explanation. Not what they meant, not what might happen, just observable facts. You'll notice the emotional intensity drops immediately because the brain loses the story it was reacting to. Next step, direction. Ask, can I act right now? If yes, take one small action. Clarify, fix, ask, adjust. If no, stop processing it for now. Your mind keeps replaying situations because it thinks a decision is still required. Once you deliberately postpone it, the loop weakens. And the last step, scale. Ask if this will realistically matter later. Most moments feel big because your attention is narrow. Widen the time frame and the emotion corrects itself. So the process is simple. Verify reality. Choose action or delay. Adjust importance. You're not removing emotions, you're removing false alarms, and most emotional suffering is exactly that. Now we can break each step and see how to apply it in conversations, conflict, and overthinking. First, conversations. This is where most emotional reactions happen because your brain tries to read intention instantly. Someone replies shortly. You detect attitude. Your tone changes. But notice what actually happened. You reacted to a guess about their motive. So during conversations, add one rule. Do not respond to tone. Respond to content. If a sentence has 2 possible meanings, your brain automatically picks the negative one. Instead, mentally replace intention with uncertainty. Not they're rude, but unclear signal. Now you reply normally. Strangely, half of conflicts disappear here because you never escalated something imaginary. You're not being passive, you're refusing to react to evidence you don't have. Second, arguments. In arguments, people try to win emotionally before logically. They push urgency, fast responses, pressure, raised voice. Speed is the weapon, so you slow the frame. Before answering, restate their point in your own words. Not to be polite, to force your brain into processing instead of reacting. Something changes when you do this. The emotion drops because your mind switched tasks from defending to understanding. Then answer only the actual claim, not the attitude around it. Most arguments grow because people respond to delivery instead of substance. You stay with substance. You'll notice the other person either becomes calmer or more irrational. Both give you control. Third, overthinking. Overthinking is repeated decision-making without new information. Your brain believes thinking longer will produce certainty. It won't. So give thinking a boundary. If no action is possible now, schedule a time to think about it deliberately. Not avoid, schedule. The mind relaxes when a problem has a container. You're teaching it. Unresolved does not mean urgent. That alone removes most late-night mental loops. Fourth, strong emotions. Anger, embarrassment, anxiety. They grow because your mind treats the moment as permanent. So apply temporal distance. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen?" ask, "How long will this matter?" The brain automatically reduces intensity when the future importance is low. You didn't suppress the emotion. You corrected its scale. So overall, the control looks like this in real time. Unclear signal to don't assume motive. Pressure to slow the response. No action possible to postpone thinking. Emotion intense to widen time frame. You're not becoming cold. You're just refusing to let your first interpretation decide your state. Emotions feel uncontrollable because they arrive finished, already labeled and urgent, but they're only powerful when accepted immediately. Once you insert verification before belief, most reactions never fully form. And from here, the next skill is harder. Staying calm when someone is deliberately trying to provoke you, not accidentally triggering you. That requires a different mental position. So controlling your emotions is only half the skill. Right now, you learned how to stop your mind from reacting automatically. You slowed reactions, removed assumptions, and prevented unnecessary escalation. But that only handles what happens inside you. The next level is what happens between you and other people. Because even if you stay calm, conversations still fail when you can't read emotions correctly. Tone, tension, ego, insecurity, hidden meaning. That's where emotional intelligence matters. Logic keeps you stable. Emotional intelligence keeps interactions smooth. One stops internal chaos. The other prevents social chaos. So if you want control, not just in your head, but also in real conversations, how to respond, when to speak, when to stay silent, and how to influence without conflict. Watch the next video on mastering emotional intelligence. That's where this actually becomes useful in real life.